just hold on to your hats on where things are going to be in the next month. We have quite a bit in retrograde currently and a few more things. I know this morning Dave told me Mercury went into Virgo, so that's about your day to day communication. So just be aware of how you're speaking. Maybe take a moment. And maybe that's how you're speaking to yourself. So, on that day to day basis, how is your self love every day? Are you talking good about yourself? How is your self love? And with that, she says, we hope everyone is having a most wonderful day. So we're going to get into a general reading, and then we are going to get into some questions today. So the current energy. So we get the card of discovering truth. And then she said there are several swords taking the discovering truth because it wanted to come out with so much force that it pushed the other ones out of the way. Surrendering to your journey. Taking those as well. So discovering truth, surrendering to your journey, which honestly, I will tell you the thing that really moved so much along in my life is when I, decided to surrender to my journey. Then we get the card of great adventure and begin now. So pretty clear on that message and ascending the mountain. So definitely a period for, this time in Leo season of, are you ready for growth and expansion on your spiritual path? Are you ready to, get a lot of communication? Are you ready for it to be more fluid in the way it's delivered to you? Both the cards in the middle are on a bow. So that could also be coming together as two people, because I see that as a man and that as a woman. So, or what appears to be. So, maybe some coming together of, a new relationship, because that looks like this person's on a journey and also this person's on a journey. So we feel like this could definitely be a twin flame reading of your journey, coming together as you surrender to it, as you step into, that mission. It definitely seems like the mission, the message today is definitely about stepping into your mission. Sometimes we have no idea, what does that mean for me? And, just every day, just take the little tidbits of things, information that you're guided to. For a while, I got some hits about, Akashic Records. So I was working in my Akashic Records, and then Dave and I were doing some past life stuff. And then I've really been drawn to the crystals and working with some of that stuff and, opening my clairvoyance. So I've got some new crystals for that, which are ironically also blue. So to help the throat chakra, So maybe somebody out there is needing just to hear you are a messenger. That is part of your path. Where is Gemini in your chart? What do you have in the third house as well? Those are really strong pointers for, that communication. And we're going to get some cards for clarification. And the first card is the Ace of Swords, which is the truth of clarity, crossed by the King of Swords. So it seems like a lot of new clarity coming in, maybe getting some downloads. I had never really noticed it before, all of the sacred geometry that is behind her in that picture. I've never really noticed that till this very moment. So are you getting a lot of sacred geometry, coming into your space? Even the infinity symbol is sacred geometry. The signs of the planet are sacred geometry. Many, many things are, that we see in our day-to-day lives that we don't even realize are part of that sacred geometry. Um, I got a new ring yesterday when we went to the farmer's market. It's made of copper. And it's really like pulling my energy, like right now to it, like really, because earlier it was a little tighter and now it's like loosened up. So, like, so much kind of, and enough that it's calling my awareness to it. So it's like, it wants to communicate with me a little bit. It's like, hey, so we're saying hey back. So it's saying that now is a time. There must be something about the shape of it, as saying is. I will have to do some research on it. So, are you getting a lot of new shapes and things coming into your life? Pyramids. I have my pyramids sitting on my desk that just are, beautiful energy for me. This one was custom made for me. Poured on a Taurus moon about 5 years ago. So, but things like that, the Merkaba, different geometric shapes being activating towards your path on this. Looking at the stars is also a way to activate you because it's definitely a time of awakening, a time of deciding which things are you interested in. Like I said, I do some stuff with the Akashic Records. I'm certified level 2 Reiki. I do tarot. I do crystals. I'm working on my mediumship, opening that up. So don't think there's one thing that you have to do. Be multifaceted, be interested, follow things. I'm interested in Chiron. I'm interested in the North Node. I'm interested in astrology and trying to figure out how my birth chart plays such an important role as, your instruction manual is what I'm hearing. So just be so anybody looking into astrology, like be open and be curious. Be like, okay, what's this? You can look at it, you can check it out. Just because you take a class on something or whatever, you can decide I like doing that, I don't like doing that. It's just about gaining a knowledge base and awareness so you find out what works best for you. Because that is the part of doing the work, figuring out what, where are you going on this great, journey with all of us. The next card is the card of the devil, which is that card of codependency, also that card of ego. A lot of times that ego is right there saying, you aren't a healer. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to think you get the messages? Who do you think you are that you have a gift that you can share? Who do you think you are? You know who you are? You are a child of God. You are inspired, and you are supposed to be here to help raise the vibration of the planet. That is the work we are here for. We are here to overcome the darkness, to overcome the ego that is really pulling, like literally it's showing right there, the ego is what is pulling your strings. It's time to gain clarity over that and say, you know what? I'm not interested in what my ego has to say today. It's going to keep me safe and say, thank you for keeping me safe. But you know what? I think I got it today. Let's see what me and my higher self has to say. Because, Celia's like, you have the little angel over here and the little devil over here. That's true. You get to choose which one you listen to. This one screams crazy. This one's a little quiet voice. So sometimes you have to pay attention and listen to that one, a little bit more. And I think it's inviting you, we think as you decide to step into this journey, it's going to get loud, but you know what? Your part of the mission is just to be happy, gain that elevation. She's like, look, another major arcana, because that is the environment. You are ascending the mountain. Look at the card, ascending the staircase, elevating, taking it to the highest level. It is that time to do that now. Step into the things that bring you joy. I also had never really noticed all the sacred geometry in that card as well. Apparently, today our eyes are seeing things different than we have previously. I feel like I pulled that from the bottom of the deck, I just heard. And apparently, we're pulling this one too. So, apparently, we're going this way because this is what Celia said we're doing. So, how other people see you moving forward quickly. Wow. Because you know what? You're divinely guided, and sometimes you're being pulled in both directions, and you have to figure out which way is the right path for you. The Hopes and Fears card, the Page of Cups, which is having an activation, having some clarity, realizing that, we are all in this together. It's a brand new energy we feel for you. You have to take that new leap of faith and say, I'm interested in something new. I want to do something new. I was just looking, there's a fire Reiki class coming up that was going to be in Mount Shasta. And I was like, ooh, I was really interested. I was going to try to see about Dave wanting to go. But then it's a woman's only. So I'm like, it's not the right thing. I'll have to keep looking. The right thing will pop up for me. So the outcome card is the Three of Wands, which is that wish fulfillment card. So no, the spiritual journey sometimes takes you on what can seem like a spiral staircase, but soon it's going to come a little more clear on where you are headed. The underlying energy is the Page of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Four of Swords. And the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles, which is healing the lack. And that's what the ego is trying to keep you in. Because when you're in lack and you're not connected to your higher self, the ego is in 100% control. And that's what the ego wants. And it's about changing your focus and really paying attention and being the beacon. You know what? She's at that Nine of Wands, that hard place, the end of the cycle. But she's standing there being the beacon, shining the light for others, saying, you know what? Come this way. And you know what? Because in this Five of Wands card, they're all working together. And, sometimes she has me pick different decks for different reasons. But this one, in this Five of Wands, everybody's kind of working together. Some of them, they look like they're fighting. Some of them, they look like, they're playing. In this one, they're working together. They're all working together to get to that ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal is the healing. That is the underlying energy. We are healing this lack mentality because the lack mentality is all about us being separate. And truly, we are not separate. We are all one. And that's the awakening to that higher consciousness of that energy. And we're going to get a couple of Celia cards for guidance. And with that, that's the spirals of life, learning the lessons, learning the life lessons, healing the cycles and the patterns. And that's definitely what we're doing at this time. That's definitely what this reading is saying. We are moving forward now because that is the North Node. That is your life mission. That is where we're going. We are here as our mission. In some way, each of us, have our own form of it, but that is part of our North Node for all of us to heal the spirals, heal the patterns, and then to teach it to others. So, we feel a very passionate energy with that today.